So do you look like this and want to look like this? Let me tell you how to go from sad to Chad in just around 2 to 3 years. My name is Lumberjack Fitness and welcome to Battling Obesity Without the BS. Today we're going to be working on our foundation. I like to call this the 4 pillars theory, where we work on building up our foundation of 4 pillars. Here are our pillars. We have our first pillar is mental, the second is diet, the third is exercise, and the fourth is rest. By combining the 4 of these and building a solid foundation, you will begin to set yourself up for success in this long-term journey that we're going to take together. Stick around to the end, and as I show you how to use these 4 pillars together to create a firm foundation, I will also give you 4 tips on how to apply them in your everyday life. And just by applying these tips, you will naturally be able to get to your goal in a consistent and efficient way without doing too much. Pillar 1, the mental pillar. This pillar combines 3 main things here. We're going to be working on building our consistency, our discipline, as well as our grit. Consistency is doing the same thing over and over again. Discipline is forcing yourself to do the hard stuff. And grit is doing the hard work over and over again, even without being able to see the final outcome or a future outcome. Now, together, this looks like the combination of consistency, discipline, and grit. Combining the 3 of these things will set up a proper attitude, mindset, and habits in order to help achieve your long-term goals in each one of the other pillars. That's why I made pillar 1 the mental pillar, because without the mentality to do it right, you're not going to get very far. Our next pillar we're going to worry about today is the second pillar, the pillar of diet. We're going to worry about another 3 things here. The first thing we're going to worry about is calories in, calories out. The second thing we're going to focus on is replacement strategies. And the final little code is an 80 to 20% rule. All right, so what does that look like? Calories in, calories out is a simple concept of no one can outrun thermodynamics. If you're eating less calories and exercising more, naturally over time you will lose weight. The second thing we're worried about today is replacement strategies. This is the tortoise and the hare method. By replacing food slowly over time instead of doing a huge crash course diet all at once, you're more likely to succeed in your endeavors. And finally, following the 80% to 20% rule, which is 80% clean eating and 20% cheat food. And I say cheat in quotes, it's just food that you like to eat that doesn't necessarily fit your macros. Because if you're worried about staying clean 100% of the time, you're going to burn out, crash, and fail, and you might get more dejected in order to keep trying. Again, this is a long-term process, so it's not going to be perfect right away. Just do your best and stick to it. Again, the idea behind the dieting pillar is a slow but continuous process where you make healthier choices over time. It takes the pressure down to a minimum so you can focus on the process at hand. Our third pillar we're going to discuss today is the pillar of exercise. We'll also have 3 major focuses here. Our focuses consist of SMART goals, proper splits, as well as achieving progressive overload. If that sounds scary, don't you worry. I'll have a video covering each topic in the future. For now, let's just give a crash course on what that looks like. For our goals, we want to have what we call a SMART goal: specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. For example, I want to lose 15 pounds in 3 months. That covers all of these, so that would be a good goal. So if you don't have a goal to shoot for, you're not going to be able to measure out how well you've been doing. So it's really important to have a goal and to stick to it. The next thing we want to focus on is splits. Our splits is how we're working out and when we're doing it. So, for example, you want to pick coordinating exercises that complement each other. You want to plan your exercises based off of what workouts you've already done in the week, as well as incorporate rest days that benefit your goals, as well as including cardio. So, for example, if you wanted to follow the basic bro split, you do Monday, chest and triceps, Tuesday, back and biceps, Wednesday, rest, Thursday would be leg day, a full leg day, Friday would be a cardio day, Saturday would be another rest day, and Sunday would be abs and shoulders. That's just an example of a common bro split. You can do whatever split you want as long as you follow these 4 main things. Picking, again, coordinating exercises, not hitting the same muscle groups the same day in a row, incorporating rest days, both active and inactive, more on that soon, as well as including cardio. And finally, progressive overload. Achieving this will look like increasing your sets and volume each week in order to improve your strength. Again, I'll have a whole video on that. That is the pillar of exercise. That being said, what does that look like? Well, at the end of the day, the best goal, split, and exercise strategy is the one you stick to. People can get caught in the weeds of what is most optimal or beneficial, but the person that sticks to a bro split that stays consistent will be more successful than the inconsistent exerciser that has no focus. Instituting the proper split that suits your goals and sticking to it will be the key to your long-term success, and building that third pillar of your foundation, the pillar of exercise. And in our fourth and final pillar of our foundation, we're going to be worrying about rest. What does good rest look like? Well, let me tell you. 3 focuses again here are going to be the quality of rest, the quantity of rest, as well as finding a balance between active and inactive rest days. The quality of rest looks like sleeping in the same spot at the same time each night, sleeping in a cool, dark room, as well as avoiding blue light up to 2 hours before sleeping. Quantity, which is the amount of sleep you're getting. You want to get the same amount of sleep every night, consisting of anywhere from 7 to 10 hours depending on your age. Teenagers are going to need more sleep, close to 10 hours, and adults are going to need 7 to 9 hours. I know that's not easy. It's so much easier said than done, but getting good sleep allows for everything else to finally work through. This is where the magic happens, is when you're sleeping. Finally, you want to incorporate active and inactive rest days. So, active rest days look like stretching as well as light cardio, and inactive rest days are full-blown rest and just doing nothing and vegging out. You want to find a balance of both. I like to have one of each in my split every week. That way I can properly give my body time to rest. Again, the pillar 4 is the pillar of rest. It's just as important as the rest of them, because without rest, your diet, exercise, and mentality aren't going to go anywhere. Finding a good quality and quantity, as well as sticking to both active and inactive rest days, is going to give you proper rest in order to build all your muscles and lose all the weight you want to lose. Well, you've made it this far, so if you've already stuck through, thanks for watching, and let me tell you 4 more tips on how to go from sad to Chad in just 2 to 3 years. 1 tip per pillar here. The first tip is mentality, is just go to the gym. Just do it. Just exercise. Whatever you choose, you gotta start building your discipline, and that looks like getting up and just working out. If you can do that, you can do the rest of this. Tip number 2, this replacement strategy. This is one that I like to do. I find the most consistent and easy to stick to is replacing 1 food or drink choice a week. That's it, just 1 a week. I know that sounds that's so much easier, like, is that really gonna do anything? But over time, after a month, you've replaced 4 options for a healthier one. And you can keep that snowball going. So here I have Dr. Pepper to Diet Dr. Pepper. Something as simple as that, you know? For tip number 3, we're gonna pick a split and stick with it. That's my biggest tip for exercise, is just stick to a plan for 2 to 4 months. Just stick to a split. And if you don't see progress with that, then you can change it up. But you gotta stay consistent. Do the same kind of exercises so that way you can really track your progress. So as you can see, oh boy, chest day. That's the tip there. And our final tip for the rest day is find an enjoyable form of cardio. This is the hardest part of working out, is getting cardio, because you need cardio. While weight training and exercising heavy is going to help you a lot, you won't really truly see the progress you want until you include cardio. So whether that's swimming, pickleball, running, rock climbing, if you have fun and you're increasing your heart rate, that's going to be good enough cardio for you. Choose to do these on your active rest days in order to truly get your body moving. Following these 4 tips will naturally compound and give you a good foundation to start and to stick to whatever goals you have set. Awesome. I hope that you've enjoyed this video, and I hope that following the 4 pillars technique, the 4 pillars theory, really helps you out. My name has been Limburg Jacked Fitness, and I hope you stick with us as we continue our journey of losing weight, gaining muscle, and growing as people together. Have a good one, and God bless.